Yeah, this is what we're doing right now. Yep. Yep. No one will know other than those who are checking us out. So
Yeah, he would lie.
no one will know. Barack, you didn't see anything. Nothing was happening. Hello, everyone. Wow, it's great to see all your faces for the first time tonight. I'm Jaydra the DM. This is session 70 of Wyrd and Wyld Illuminare. I'm Jaydra the DM. I have my players, Glace, played by Bay. Rinkaz, who's played by Slim/husband/Brian. Sun Kong, played by Kevin. And Enviti, played by Nick. We are down 2 players. They're going to pick up and crowdsource their characters, should they need to. It may be just some roleplay fun, who knows. And we'll go from there. It's like I've studied this and done this so many times, this pre-roll stuff, that I'm just so good at it. Thank you, as usual, at the beginning of our streams, our followers, League of Explorers. Thank you for the bits and subs from last session. Thank you, Impassable Creations, who came over from Looney Loomwork's stream, so go check him out. He's really good at what he does. He makes some cool stuff. What exactly does he do, Slim?
He creates and crafts many things from a Depression-era loom, crafting rugs, carpets, coasters, all sorts of fabric-based things, even out of animal fur.
It's really interesting to see. Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything like it when I went to go check out his channel. It's really cool. So go check that out. He likes Dungeons and Dragons too, so it's a pretty chill stream. Thank you, Brack Dustsong, for joining us. Everything, as you know, is professional here on our stream, so glad that your first time checking out and hanging out with us. We took a week off, so it's going to be a disaster. Just hang in there. Thank you for joining us. As you guys are watching, you're accruing Wyrd bits, which are loyalty points from Streamlabs. We're going to be eventually transitioning over to the Twitch channel points. They're both live right now, so you're getting both. You can check out those details below in our little pictures below our stream, or at the bottom of the chat in the lower left corner, you can see how many Twitch channel points you have. If you want to use those channel points to play with stuff like your avatar, your stream avatar, then you can definitely do so. And I'm just going to punch in the extension here. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned last stream that we're probably going to have something to do with new avatars for these stream avatars. As you guys have probably noticed, those of you who've popped in the past, or you, my players, you guys have seen those gold avatars. Those were gift-only avatars, and they existed for a couple different versions. Now, they are available to purchase, although they're a little bit higher on the Streamlab loyalty points, so you'll have to accrue some points and hopefully use them before that shifts over at the end of the year to the Twitch channel points. Or, if you're a subscriber, you get access to any of those for free. So if you throw in a sub, you get to choose any of those cool gold avatars and waltz around as your little character at the bottom of the stream and interact and have fun. You can check out those details again and look at the little extension below, or punch it in and check it out by doing the exclamation extension and just throwing it on your phone, for example. It's kind of easier to control from there. So yeah, Streamlab points going away at the end of the year, and then we'll transition over to Twitch channel points, which is easier because it's like within Twitch, and I much prefer that. So, all right. So with all of the table addressing, housekeeping out of the way, let us go ahead and why don't we hand out some inspiration? And I think it's just right Sun Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take a second one for Aesop?
Sure. If you can just remember which one is which, as well as Enviti, are you going to roll with Fa?
I can do that.
Okay, go ahead and draw one more and just remember whose would be whose. And then if they pop in, or not Luke, but if Kevin, or not Kevin, if Kyle pops in, you can just throw him the card. So yes, take your inspiration. If you want to trade that inspiration right now, you can. Otherwise, you can hold on to it. It's up to you guys. Let me know if you're cool with it.
I got a good card for Fa, so I'm going to keep them both.
All right. And if there is nothing else, why don't we roll some die to see who wants to give the recap besides Bay, because she is immune from giving a good recap from last week.
Huh, not a horrible roll for once.
Oh, indeed.
D100.
Wrong game.
Not even a D,
Sorry.
just rolled 100.
You know what? I'm not gonna use the. I'm sick, so I'm not even gonna use my real dice. I'm gonna use roll 20 all night, you guys.
Oh, shit.
Oh
Being
no.
a 5.
All right. So, with all of that said, Ringcast, what happened last time on Wyrd and Wyld?
You know, I was going to actually post that in chat earlier, be like, oh, I got a good recap ready, guys. I pretty much remember. I remember nothing. When we started last time, we started from the cliffhanger of Classe bumping into the arcane man on the ship, if I'm correct.
Yep.
And staring us down and falling, filing through all the information of what had happened in the past and catching up and letting him know who was still around and who was not. He basically told us he was working for someone and that the twilight, so to speak, is coming, and he is working. I'm trying to remember the exact name, but I know he's working for one of our, what I thought was one of our enemies. But he said we are still to be partnered with him and her, I guess, to help change the outcome of the future. He kind of, I guess, broke the fourth wall a little and told us a little bit more in depth of what our goal was and who we were. Also, that's right. That was the first session that we got to have both Fa and poor giant new Goliath as well, which I think he is still on the ship if I'm correct. Yes. Past that, we headed back toward Thornweald to the planetarium, if you will, and what's her name? I'm trying to blank, guys. Elysia, that's right. The only good thing in that entire system. She as well pulled back the veil a little bit, and we were able to tell her everything we know. She was the first person to find out who we were and what had happened 10, 15, 20, 100 years ago, and how Sigil may or may not have been broken by us, because we were kind of not ourselves at the time, and we kind of maybe destroyed the Nexus worlds, and it's kind of not our fault, but it is. And she attempted to help guide us a little bit. Also, we got stopped by a couple of Enviti's frat boys and pledge sponsors from his college days. That's who we're squaring off against right now. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and we got a bunch of cool, awesome Helper's Hands friends, especially Mogdramon, who is an old friend who's definitely going to help us this time wax some of these party pledge boys.
Well, you guys were having a conversation with them.
We're going to wax them.
Okay. That may be the intent, but combat had not broken out.
In
So.
Ringcast's mind, this is what happens.
Okay. You guys also visited the marketplace and made a decent amount of cash.
That's right.
Some of
Aesop
you.
sold everything and made like 7,000 gold and dried up the market for this entire planetary planet. Jesus.
I got
What
a magical lyre.
Yeah.
What?
And let's see. Sun Kong sold a extremely
Yes, thank
powerful weapon,
you.
magically
I owe you
enchanted.
9 damage.
Yeah, my arbiter, and I got what, like 15,000 gold?
It was a powerful, magically infused weapon, so
And
definitely
jamming it and everything.
worked up some cash from the surrounding merchants to to try and pitch in. That's like a weapon that's like, this will defend our town type of thing. So yeah,
Weapon of legend.
yeah, for real. So definitely pulled in some cash with that. You guys, as you mentioned, Rinkaz, that was very good. You find a weird bit in your pockets. So if you want to toss that into the pile, you can.
I give it to my other half tonight.
Mm.
Oh yes, thank you. They just pop up everywhere, don't they? Yes, you're so funny, Rinkaz. Thank you.
He's so mad right now somewhere.
He just winces. He doesn't know why, but he winces.
You make Aesop weak.
Yes, as you guys were headed back, convincing Elysia to follow with you back to your ship, passing outside of the city of Jaydra. As I talk very slowly, it just means that I'm scrolling through, finding pictures and stuff. As you exited the Jaydra capital and began to make your way down the walkway path, the stone stairs from the entrance and through the Jaydra Outskirts, which is this large, open, bright area full of stonework and what looks like some type of ruins and pieces of rockwork that sort of spread across, the calm wind brushing against you as you guys make your way through the outskirts and over to the other side where the landing bay is, out in the distance beyond the outcropping of rockwork and ruinous area around. In the distance you can see the path narrow again and lead off into a little bit of forestry up ahead, full of what look like spelljammers in the distance. As you guys are making your way through, the path here leading through the outskirts is occasionally viewable, but sometimes you have to go a little bit off path to tread through some of the ruinous area. And as you were doing so, again, followed this time by a very knightly looking, at least what sounds like gentleman, very well armored in what looks like gold plate, had approached Enviti and seemed to be, for all intents and purposes, repeating and just reassessing that Enviti had a conversation with the other sparks, which are part of this group called the Scintillium, and asking again about the tome that he carried with him. I believe, Enviti, what do you remember some of the last things that you guys had exchanged? Because last time we got cut off, by our internet for whatever reason just crapped out, so there was a little bit of a cut. So do you remember kind of the last bits of dialogue that went back in between to kind of jump us back into the conversation?
A little bit. So I wrote notes into the chat just in case, because the internet's messing up a little bit. And the group that's in front of us, like you said, reiterated that I was coming back. And what I had said right before all the craziness has happened, I said, yes, I did have that conversation with those people. Yes, I did say those things. But I did also say that I would come at a later date. And this currently is the same date. So I'm trying to get to the later date, which is in the future, which is not right now.
Kong is so confused.
So we need to get going.
The figure, this Scintillium member in the gold-plated armor, says,
I see. Well, allow me then, Enviti, to provide a more scintillating offer, he says.
And he clasps at his gold-plated armored chest and throws his hand out to the side. And as he does this, there is a explosion of light that expands from his what looks like armor itself. It's difficult to tell because the moment you all see it, it's almost this blinding radiant light that just explodes out from his armor.
What? Oh!
Hit attack!
As this happens, I need you all to please If you don't mind, roll me. Hang on just a second.
If you don't
I'm
mind.
still getting my feet wet in terms of gathering all the spell stuff. If you could each please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
On save.
Fuck.
Take your socks off before you get them wet, kids.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
I guess that's not horrible. I thought it was
like
4.
Into the rave when they turn on all the lights and you're like, it's 3 a.m. You're like, this sucks.
What?
Enviti is going to use his advantage card right off the bat here.
Destroy target glowing figure. Oh.
Well, if I knew what I was doing, I would have tried to actually use counterspell since I have it, but I don't. So.
Also, if you guys don't mind rolling for, if you haven't already, the 2 characters you're playing as.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I need Kemo too. Who has Kemo sheet?
Kemo's not with
Kemo
us.
not here. That's right.
Kemo is with you guys. We're gonna say that he is...
I'll roll for Kemo.
Yeah, roll for Kemo, please.
There we go. That's what's up.
Big Daddy Kemo.
I'll roll for Fa here. I don't know what Fa's plus con is, so.
Oh no, Ace. Pen roll. 1 sec.
I don't know.
Is Fa's character sheet on the
It's not in the...
D&D Beyond?
No.
Oh, so we don't have Fa's sheet?
Or Kemo.
I guess not.
Violation.
Oh. That complicates things.
Oh wait, hey, I see Kemo on Luke's campaign, so I have Kemo here. I don't see Fa, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
Is that updated Kemo? Hopefully.
He's not. No.
I think it'd just be a +1 because he's like 8 feet tall now. I think they get gone. I hope.
Oh,
so,
we can do some super sleuthing based on their cards down at the bottom of our Twitch page.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So Fa has a con of 12. Is that a +1?
That would be a +1, yeah.
Where is his character then if it's not on D&D Beyond?
It's in the Nether,
He probably
dog.
has the old.
He probably has it like, yeah, like not
The
physical,
auto
but he actually has the actual PDF.
Ah. Well then, is anyone willing to at least play Kemo? Without going too far behind the curtain, you guys need to have at least as many characters as you can.
I think I'll make these people mug us, man.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we don't have Goliath Kemo, but we have.
Your brained Kemo stats right there.
Pre-brained, yeah.
Well, do we have access to his character sheet, even if it's pre-Goliath Kemo?
Yes.
A monk, it just attacks 100 times a turn.
Oh God.
Does anyone want to access and play that, if you don't mind?
Well, you know what? I'll link it and we can all make a team effort here.
Cool.
Sure. I mean, I'll take that too.
And, here we go. Here's pre-brained Kemo, everyone.
While some of you are looking at that, can we begin going in order? Glace, what was your save?
Oh, honey, I didn't save. That was a big 6, Daddy.
A big ol' 6?
Yep.
Alright, hang on just a second.
Did we already roll for Kemo?
Yeah,
He has a
Kemo got
plus-
I rolled a 17, so.
Nice, so he got a 19.
Yeah. What's happening to me?
Glace, you take 39 radiant damage and you are blinded
Jeez.
for 1 minute.
What? Okay, hold on.
They turned on the lights at the rave and tased you.
Oh my god. Okay.
You expect to just have a sharp pain hit your eyes as this light expands out, but you are nearly blown off your feet by a radiant force that smashes into your body as it expands outward.
Oh, Enviti! Who are these people?
Not friendly.
You, at the end of each of your turns, can remake a Constitution saving throw to try to get the blindness. To try and scratch away the blindness and see.
Fucking murk this guy.
Going next, Rinkaz, what did you roll?
I rolled a 24.
Thank you, League of Explorers, for the bits. I appreciate that. 24, let's take a look here. Just want to make sure.
I hope that passes.
I would hope a 24 passes, but who fucking knows, man?
You throw your arm up, Rinkaz, probably being one of the more paranoid, reflexive members of the party, with an eye at the back of your head. Quite literally now, with a tattoo, I believe. And you are not blinded, but are still assaulted by this radiant blast. However, you only take 15 points of radiant damage. But you're not blind. Whenever you are done with that, what did Aesop roll for his con save?
I rolled the d20 and added 1 because he's got a 12 constitution, and he's not a fighter or barbarian, so I assume it's just a +1, and he always says, I'm not very strong in the constitution side, so I'm assuming it's a +1, but with a roll of a 4, I don't think it really matters.
You guys watch, and Aesop, you are caught off guard by this massive blast of light that erupts from this golden plate mail, and you are blinded and take 32 points of radiant damage.
Jesus.
Oof.
Sun Kong, what'd you roll, buddy?
14?
A 14?
Yeah.
You are blinded.
Damn it!
As a blast of radiant light hits you for 32 radiant damage.
Jesus.
Can I ask one question real quick?
Sure.
Where we're at currently, how far is the ship from us? Is it something that we can VoIP away in like a round or two of movement, or is it we're on the way en route? We can't just VoIP to it.
It's probably like another 7-8 minute walk there. If you were to run, maybe like 3-4 minutes.
What if I was to run?
I mean, Sun Kong would probably get there much quicker. But that's just you. But yes, much quicker.
Can I get there and bring the ship here? But I'm blocked, so...
Well, Sun Kong, you feel like you can definitely run fast, but you also feel like you have a crystal communicator on one of you that could also try and call the ship over to you, if that's an option you wanted to pursue. Also, crowdsourcing, did we roll for Kemo save?
We did. He got 19.
Wow.
Yeah, he rolled 17, he has a +2.
His thick Goliath arm is able to block the blast of light, protecting him from the blindness, and only taking 18 radiant damage.
Only.
If someone doesn't mind, if you need access, do you guys need control of that token? Can you guys control this token?
Does anybody have them?
Here.
I don't have.
I'm giving it to all players. There you go.
Okay.
And similarly, I'm gonna give this.
Someone popped in.
Right on cue.
Oh, thank you, God.
Hey,
So
hey, buddy.
Sorry, real quick. What did Enviti take damage wise?
Oh, we're getting to you, buddy.
We haven't got to you
Perfect.
yet.
But we're getting to you.
Oh no.
Combat has broken out. Fa/Kemo.
Kyle, you got here just in time to fail the
Just
rest
in
of the checks. We passed the first one for you.
Oh, sweet.
Will you please roll a Constitution saving throw for Fa? Kemo, there is a blast of radiant light that erupted from this knight's chest, this golden plate mill looking knight, after Enviti kind of mentioned that he's going to go back to this Scintillium, this group of these sparks, but he is not going yet. And then the golden armored member said, well, I have a scintillating offer for you, and his plate mill erupted in a blast of light. Kemo rolled and was able to save from being blinded and only took like in the teens for radiant damage.
Isn't it 15, I think?
It was 16 points.
16.
And if you will roll for Fa, let me know what her Constitution saving throw ends up being.
It's 6 if it's +1. I'd be surprised. No 6. Oh, failed that, I'm sure.
What's the total?
6.
Okay.
Maybe +1.
Fa, you are you using just a regular character sheet that's not on D&D Beyond for Fa?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You, Fa, you are caught off guard by this blast. You are blinded, and you also take 35 points of radiant damage.
Yeah,
Enviti, what did you get, my friend, for a Constitution saving throw?
21.
You, probably maybe already being a little on guard from these members, reflexively throw up your hands, blocking with the cloth arms of your robe, blocking the piercing light. You are not blinded, but you do take 15 points of radiant damage.
I'm resistant to radiant.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
so then you take much less than that even. We're gonna mark those who are blind. Glace, you're blind.
I can't see a damn thing.
Was the save the blind?
It was both the blind and the damage. Halved if you were able to save from it.
Does anything happen in 5th edition if you lose more than half your health in one jump? I forget.
You get bloodied.
Specifically.
Okay, just that.
No, you don't even.
No?
Not in 5th.
Oh.
We just say it because it's convenient.
Oh, we just say, okay, alright.
In our homebrew game, you would take an injury if you lose over your half of your health from something that deals mass damage.
Oh.
But that would be like a falling boulder or something.
Yeah.
This is a
nice
spell,
attack,
so
okay.
technically I'm not going to count that as mass
Nice.
damage.
I can't get an injury to my eyes. Thank God. I'm
Well,
already blind.
we'll see how things go. There's other ways
fuck.
to get injuries. The huge burst dissipates. You guys keep in mind that you do have your companions with you who may be able to provide support. However, from here, I'm going to please ask you to roll initiative.
Fa, this card is yours.
Oh, it's for you.
I took this card for you, so that one's yours.
Whoa, from the initiative? Or from the,
From the start,
Okay.
like when we get our cards.
Ready, go.
Aesop should be controllable by everybody now.
Do you like that one?
Oh, I already used mine. I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got 2, so that one.
You have Fa and Kemo, so you should have.
How you rolling that, Jason?
For inspiration cards, just take one.
Okay.
One
So that
inspiration card per player.
Oh, my
That was
bad.
the extra one.
So
Just
Enviti,
let me
you will
cheat.
hold on to one.
I
already
used
used
mine
this.
on that roll, so
Oh. Well then, are we getting rid of this one? Who had this one?
that was the one that I picked up for Fa. So
Gotcha. Okay. We'll drop that one. All right, everyone should be on the initiative. If you guys will punch that in, that's okay.
I'm behind.
Let me add you in Suncom. There you are, buddy.
Too drunk to math. 12. I did it!
Aren't you glad you came back to combat?
Now I gotta do 2 characters.
Enviti, as well as the others, some of you just trying to hear because your eyes burn and you cannot see, are able to hear the knight in gold-plated armor say,
"Hand over the book, Enviti, and all of this will be resolved."
With that, Rinkaz, it is your turn.
I almost like mid after his spell and his words, I like try to get my focus back, and I drop my arm and I say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, are you just after the book? That's it."
Yes.
Enviti, is this guy trustworthy and reliable? Is that all he's after?
Did you see what he did?
I can, but I don't think what most of you can.
You can.
Fair enough, I guess.
You can hear Kemo's giant fists clutching.
I'm not giving it to them, and I don't know who they are. I know who they are, but I don't know who those people are.
Oh, whoa! I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3. That's a 15-foot move, and look at him and the rest of them and say, "You don't know him. Is that what you're saying?" And
well, I know of them. I don't physically know who those people are, but I'm not giving them this tome.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's easy then.
You were sent a task, Enviti. Now you are to return the book.
But I didn't accept that task, and I definitely didn't pass the trial. And I said I was coming back, and now you're being very rude. And I was going to introduce you to my friends, and now they're here. And this isn't the introduction that you want. I promise you that.
Nor is it yours if you do not hand it over.
Oh, well, I mean, that makes it a lot clearer. Thank you, Enviti. I really appreciate that.
Shoot him!
Ace up, everybody. I'd like to tell them that I don't know you. That's his book. And I quick draw my revolver and take 2 shots out of him.
Team, I need a favor.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Yeah, quick draw the revolver and shoot them, please.
Oh, okay.
And time to help our friend.
Does a 13 hit?
The bullet connects, and you watch it hit the breastplate, but it bounces off. You dented it somewhat, but you have not harmed this knight.
Interesting. Well, then I'm gonna take a second shot.
Alright.
29 hit.
That is gonna hit.
Oh, okay, awesome. Just freaking.
Is this your gem-infused revolver?
It only has an arcane dot scope.
Okay.
Only 10 damage.
Alright. The bullet catches, and you do see his shoulder reel back a little bit as that shot hits.
I look at him and say, "It's a warning shot, friend. I'm asking you nicely that the book will be returned and we will speak with you in the future, but we have very, very, very important business to take care of."
Friend of Enviti, that sunburst was our warning shot to you all. Please hand over the book.
Listen here, Sparkles. And I end my turn.
Alright. The spark below the knight lifts his hands up and light begins to form in his palm a bit. He keeps a defensive stance, however. Enviti, you are up. You look around, seeing some of your teammates clasping at their eyes, seemingly blinded from the sunburst that radiated out from his, what you can only assume to be magic armor that he's wearing.
Can I feel anything that Jaydra is feeling or thinking right now?
You are connected telepathically, so I will say that you feel a sense of confusion and astonishment coming from Jaydra.
Okay. I am going to target. Wasn't holding the microphone down. Sorry. I'm gonna move back 2 steps. Is that a tree or a bush? What?
It's like a bush that you can push through. Yeah, it's not gonna block your way.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of shift back, and I am going to. I know what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
You look around, I will say, and without needing to make any type of check, you can see that some of the ruin pieces here, some of these pillars, some of the larger looking stone-like cinder blocks hanging around could potentially be hid behind and provide you some amount of cover.
Yeah. So, I have a feeling I know what this guy's doing down here, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. Can I create wall of fire in a circle, but face it inward to kind of make a hoop to trap them in it?
I believe you can shape the wall of fire any way you like.
Yeah, I can make it a ring or I can make it a wall, but I want to attempt to do that. I want to make it a ring, but I want to make it face inward rather than outward.
Well, I think it just is. It doesn't really. It's a wall of fire. It doesn't really face any particular direction.
It does,
right?
Because things that start on that faced side take the damage.
It allows you to use it like defensively.
Yeah, like it's a barrier if they want to walk through it, or they start inside of it, rather than if they start on the outside and try and come in, kind of thing. Basically, I want to try and impede their progress with this thing.
What is the size of this?
The size of it... It is... 20 feet high, 20 feet diameter, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. Wall is opaque and lasts for the duration. Concentration up to 1 minute.
So if it's 20 feet in diameter, that's...
1 square, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, okay. And then, hang on just a second. So you want to do like one of these right here?
Yeah, kind of like that. As best I can get them all in there.
Okay. You throw down a erupting wall of flame. As you conjure this wall of flame, reactively, from holding its action, the spark down below, seeing you casting an offensive spell at them, flips his wrist your way, and launching out of his hand, starting from his palm, a small white ball that flickers with red shoots towards you and immediately begins to expand and expand into a massive looking fireball.
Yeah.
Lots of pictures this game. Fireball. I need you guys, as some of you, see this ball hurtling towards you, to please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Those of us that are blind don't say that, or do we have disadvantage?
Blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. As a general rule, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
If I fail with the 13, I have Indomitable. I would like to use it.
Hang on just a second. Let me check. That would succeed.
Okay. Then I'll save my Indomitable. Let me roll for Aesop. Ooh, I'm not sure what his bonus is. +4 from Dex. Just roll without the mod. That's a...
Well,
I don't think it matters. That's a natural one. Goodbye, Aesop.
A natty 1.
But he's blinded anyway.
Oh yeah, he's blinded anyway.
He is blinded anyway. I'm just gonna take me one of these cards over here from that came out. Just
so are we rolling if we're blinded?
Oh yeah, he wouldn't have needed to roll.
Actually, yes, that's a good point. Let me get rid of this because there's no need to roll for him anyway. That's a good point.
Sorry, Luke.
It's okay. Ignore that card. He's going to automatically fail, but let's go in order. Glacé, you are going to automatically fail because you're blinded. You hear what sounds like a bonfire being started, like you hear the sound of rustling fire, and then just this huge immolating explosion as you feel just this splash of fiery, hot, magic, arcane energy just wash over you for 31 points of fire damage.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're not dead yet.
Rinkaz?
Yeah.
What was your saving throw?
13. So that passed, right?
That does pass. So, you are able to just shift out of the way. Although, as you dodge, you're still caught at the side by a brush of the just huge explosion of flame that happens in this area for 15 points of fire damage. And you're marking that on your token, right?
So I had a counter up on the side. Let me mark it on him.
It's okay. That just helps me keep track. And don't forget about the initial radiant damage. Aesop, he automatically failed because the poor fucker is blind. And he takes 29 points of fire damage. If someone doesn't mind marking that on his. And also that initial radiant damage that he took.
32. So he's at 61 from what he had.
So he took 32 radiant, and now he took 29 fire.
Aesop's hurting.
Yeah, Aesop's in bad shape.
Sun Kong. What'd you get, buddy?
I'm blind.
Oh, that's right. You got any magic or anything to do stuff when you're blind?
I forgot about my limit break. I could have used on that failed con save, which would have let me redo the check remake the check right away and take the new result.
Fair enough. Now you remember. It's definitely helpful.
Can you use your ball? I can do a free action at any time. Correct?
Free action is at any time. That's correct.
Okay, I'm going to use my second win because I feel like this is going to hurt. So I get to regain 1d10 plus fighter level HP.
Actually,
use your ball?
I'm gonna say free action and back me up with this.
I think that's a bonus action.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, even Kyle, if it's a free action, doesn't that have to at least be on your turn, or no?
I think so.
Okay, so you can do that.
Reaction's the only point you can spend.
That's right.
Of your turn.
So Sun Kong, when it hits your turn, you can do that.
Okay.
But not yet. Right now, you're blinded, and you are splashed in the face by a massive force and explosion of fire damage for 33 points.
Yeah, I'm down at 0, fam. Technically
bolt.
under 0, but that doesn't happen in this game, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, 0, fam.
Well,
tattoo.
keep marking yourself into the negative.
I don't think it helps against. This wasn't bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage, correct? This is fire damage.
This is fire damage, and keep track of how much below 0 you go.
Okay.
If you go your full HP below 0, you die.
-3, fam.
Alright, Sun Kong is knocked out. Do you have a companion that's along with you, Sun Kong?
I guess Cecil was attached to me. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I couldn't have.
I wouldn't use him, but I guess.
Cecil takes an injury from trying to at least push you back with a hand from some of the fire damage and taking a decent amount himself. Also, Sun Kong, if you would please roll me 1d6.
That's what's up.
I think that's the head. Isn't that the head? I could be wrong.
Sun Kong, the blast knocks you off your feet and you smash your head on one of the nearby stones. You have disadvantage, you have a head injury, and disadvantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma ability checks. Keep that in mind. And if you don't mind, maybe put another, I know there's a ton of cursors, just one more that shows here. We'll do this one. It's like a broken bone type of thing.
Disadvantage on what was it?
Disadvantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma ability checks.
Okay.
Oh, I could have gotten so much worse. I think you made it out okay. Okay. Could have just died.
Oh, wow! For once. Holy crap! I thought
well, the 1 through 6 is to determine which body part.
Okay.
It's if you keep getting injuries on that body part that it builds up. Yeah.
Okay.
So they just keep beating me in the head.
Sun Kong is down. Enviti, what was your total, my friend?
11.
That unfortunately fails as a ball of fire erupts nearly at the center of your feet, and you are blasted back for 31 points of fire damage.
I'm resistant to fire with my radiant burning sun tattoo.
Interesting. That's a good tattoo to have then. Thus, you would only take, what, 15 points rounded down?
8.
Well, it was 31 overall, so...
15.5.
Yeah, 15. Fa!
Fa fails automatically, but then I'm gonna use take a little battery that pulls in some of the flame. I'm gonna absorb elements as my reaction.
Nice.
Wow, so resist. Oh, fuck me.
You resist 4 points of this. Now, this says next melee attack. Does this count if this is a fireball spell?
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. If I'm taking elemental damage,
okay,
then I get to absorb the element. And then I also take half damage from being a rogue, so half -4.
Is that because of evasion?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, if that works for you, it would work for Aesop then. I thought it wouldn't since you failed, but he still has to take it, but yeah.
He only takes half of it then, right?
Yeah, so add 1, 2, 3.
I think like 16 HP to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So add 16 HP to Aesop, and Fa, you reduce the damage by 4, and then you chop it in half, taking 13 points of fire damage.
Oh boy! 1 HP is enough for me.
Remember when we were alive, guys? That was fun.
What about Kemo?
Chemo's out of radius.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he was. Kemo, you see this just explosion of fire just engulf your friends who just revived you.
Shit.
However, with that done, Enviti, you do see your wall of flame go up. Now you can trigger that.
Well, good.
Thanks for hosting, Kevin. That was a reaction from one of the Spark members behind him.
Which you can't counterspell reactions, can you?
No.
I don't believe
Well,
so, no.
Yeah, actually. You have to use your reaction to do it.
That's
right?
true.
Wonderful.
Would you want to counterspell that, Enviti?
I would love to if we can retcon and not everybody die, but it's alright.
Anyway.
I will allow you to attempt to counterspell that.
Keep up the good fight.
Yeah, it's one reaction when you take one reaction which you take when you see a creature within 60 feet casting a spell.
Yeah. So you can spend your reaction on your turn, but then you can't use it until your turn again.
So if an NPC takes a reaction, could Enviti react to that reaction?
Yeah, it still applies that he can't cast another spell this turn, but if that's your spell choice, that's your spell choice.
So if he's already cast Wall of Fire, could he then react and cast?
Huh.
That's what I'm saying. I chose rock, they chose paper.
Yeah.
I thought he was casting counterspell on me,
Right.
and I was going to bait the counterspell, and instead he cast fireball.
Okay.
I got out warlocked by another warlock.
Yeah, so his trigger, the NPC's trigger was if a spell was cast on him, right?
An offensive spell, or if you
So-
guys offensively move towards him.
Spell was
Yeah, any
cast.
sort of attack seemed like would have set this off.
I don't know. I'd say that's your choice.
Hang on. This is important stuff. You can counterspell, yes. You're allowed to take reactions on your own turn, and casting counterspell would trigger the reaction for the counterspell. You can't cast another spell during the same turn, except for a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action. So you can counterspell the guy trying to counterspell your fireball, but you can't counterspell the guy trying to counterspell your expeditious retreat. Okay. So in that case,
distracting?
you already cast Wall of Fire, Enviti. Hang on. I just want to make sure here.
Say it again. So you can counterspell somebody trying to counterspell your fireball. So that means that the spell has not taken effect.
So, someone on the forums of Stack Exchange says, here is a common way for this to happen. Cornelius, the wizard, is casting Fireball on his turn, and his foe casts Counterspell on him. Cornelius has Counterspell prepared, so he uses his reaction to cast it and break his foe Counterspell before he can stop the Fireball.
I'd say that's the situation.
Alright, so Enviti, you're casting Wall of Fire. You know this guy had a spell prepared and ready to go for some trigger. It goes off. You can then use your reaction to attempt to counterspell it. Yeah, so what do you need to do to counterspell?
Counterspell.
Sorry, I know that's crunchy, but that's important.
Thank you for stopping my temper tantrum.
Vincent Chips.
Alright, counterspell. Again, I don't have it hotkeyed because I'm smart.
It's okay,
I do have
pull it
D&D
up.
Beyond.
D&D Beyond, guys.
I'm going to put it in chat so we can read it together.
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effect. Let us just see.
Fireball, I think, is
6th?
No.
It's not?
No, it's
not
actually
that high.
pretty low.
Like
I was gonna say, isn't it like a 2?
Everybody. I'm gonna start typing the damage in the chat.
Yeah.
All of the damage you guys just took from Fireball.
Don't remember what it was.
Omit it.
I don't know. I'm Jason. I'm sick. I'm fucking cranky. I don't remember what it was.
Remove
It was about 30.
32 points from Glosse's
Yeah, I took
reduced
33.
HP.
Not only did he cast Wall of Fire, he counterspelled in another timeline, which stopped it, and then we gained the health back. So he both Wall of Fired, counterspelled, and healed us all in one turn.
Add another 16 to Aesop's HP because he would have never taken the initial half anyway. Fa, you'll yeah, Kaz, you get yours back, and then Fa, go ahead and add your the damage that you took back.
Nice.
If you don't remember, let's just say it's 32.
It was
in
just
that.
from. Yeah, I remember.
Okay, good.
That means
I'm
I
good.
don't have the injury, correct?
You do not have the injury, that's correct.
Hell
It's a little bit of rewind theater, but there's a lot going on for your character in Enviti, and that was a little bit of a rules question, so let's allow that.
Thank you, man.
You see all the fireball coming at you, and with a quick flick of your other wrist in Enviti, Jira jumping on your hand, the ball of fire shooting towards you dissipates into nothing.
Fucking Doctor Strange.
The figure throws his hand to the side, seemingly a little angered at this. And with that, your wall of fire now kicks in.
Alright. So, I did roll that. I'll keep the roll that I put up there when we started this. It's going to... I have to roll it, I believe, for each character touching it. I have to pass a DC 18 Dex save, or they're going to be burned.
Alright. First is Old Nightman.
And it's going to be fire damage, and I'm just assuming they're like me.
This is Dex save.
This is a Dex save, DC 18.
Knight fails. The one directly to his left succeeds. The one below him fails.
Okay. So, Knight is going to take 31.
Okay.
One on the left is going to half of 27.
Okay, hang on just a second.
So, 13.5.
Alright, thank you. Next.
Bottom one is going to take 36. I'm going to add my Radiant Soul damage to it to add 5, so 41.
41.
Hell yeah.
That's slamming shit. Alright, you see the fire erupt and coalesce around them. Despite being sparks, the fire still definitely looks like it burns into their cloth, and even the knight in armor is surrounded by the fire. And you actually see his plate mail almost heat up a little bit from just the sheer, like 5 feet away wall of flame that licks across it. What else you got, Enviti?
From that, I'm going... Well, I already used a reaction, so I can't bonus action. Correct?
Nope, it's a different thing.
It's a different one, so you can do a bonus action, yep.
Different pool, so as a bonus action...
You can't cast a spell, but...
Oh. Well.
Your little light bulbs are a character.
Unless it's a cantrip.
Healing light is just my pool of healing dice.
Yeah, that's not a spell. You can do that.
Okay, thank you. All my rules lawyers. All of you. I'm going to healing light on Fa.
Ah.
You throw a palm back from the one that just counterspelled the fireball, and emanating light comes from your palm. As Fa, you feel a warmth, invigorating, surround your body. Some of the singeing fires that just collapsed on top of your form feel like they heal some.
Ooh, I feel warm.
And I'm going to be visibly exhausted and angry.
Oh, you're exhausted wait.
No, not
Oh.
like
Not
Alright.
I
Bad
get
word.
exhausted.
Disheveled at this point. Having put out that much magical energy in one turn.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Are you doing anything else, Enviti, or just staying where you are?
I shifted back to cast that. I don't. I'll stay right where I'm at, right there.
All right. As the turn rolls around to this knight in gold armor, does he take any damage from starting his turn in the wall of fire?
Wall of fire. I believe he does. We're gonna double check here. One side of the wall selected when you cast a spell deals the fire damage. The creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So it's only if he ends or enters the wall.
Okay, so you then watch, like Terminator style, as through the flames this knight in golden armor steps out and stands right here and looks to you and says,
"My offer still stands, Enviti,"
and points a finger up towards you, Rinkaz, maybe towards Enviti behind you. A beam of light erupts from his finger out towards you, Rinkaz. The beam not only passes by you, but also in a straight line going out 60 feet attempts to strike you, Enviti. I need you guys both to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Ha, that's what I'm good at, and I still have Indomitable, you turd. 15 fail?
10 for me.
Rinkaz, a 15 does fail.
Indomitable. Fantastic. The worst ability ever. Has not helped me once. Not once.
Never helps anybody ever.
Hey, it's not bad to get an extra roll at least.
I will be 100% honest. I have recorded every roll that I have taken with it. It has either been below or only an increase by a maximum of 1. And that's the 13th you.
Go to the next tier of your submission or roll 20 payments. That's all you gotta do.
I mean, off the books, I can only take so much.
The bright beam of light blares your vision as it strikes almost through you, Rinkaz. You take 19 points of radiant damage, and you are blinded.
I didn't know this asshole knew Hyper Beam.
I thought they had a charge back for one turn.
Right?
You feel like your vision will come back to you by the end of your next turn, however. And I'm just going to put a little I can't see marker on there. Enviti, you also unfortunately rolled a little low. You take 17 points of radiant damage and are blinded.
Okay. I'm gonna half it from being resistant to radiant from Radiant Soul.
You're marking this on your token?
I'm about to.
Okay,
so
thank you.
8.5.
Those of you who can see, Kemo, you watch this blaring line of light just pierce out into the distance into the forest.
Definitely. You guys see that?
It is bright like sunlight. And let's take a quick look here. He is done doing that. Aesop's turn. Aesop, you cannot see. But it is your turn. Who's playing Aesop? Rinkaz?
Yes. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay, you're up.
I am blind.
You are blind.
You needed another name.
You hear a lot of fire.
Ah, damn it, all I can't see. All I can think of are Rinkaz's good jokes. Ah! It hurts, it's terrible. I would flashbang if I could see a blasted thing. Looking at my hematology and everything else, would I be able to drink a potion? Because I know he's got a million of them.
Yes. He would have some potions on him. He creates them every day. I think he has, what, 3 a day? Something like that?
Yeah. He has 4 greater healing and drops. A greater healing is that 4d4? Or 46 or 3d6?
44, I think.
We have a whole system here in D&D Beyond that I could be using.
It's true.
Great.
Let's
see.
Greater potion of healing?
Yeah.
4d4 plus 4.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do that. 4d4 plus 4. He heals 13.
Kemo, you watch Aesop pull a vial of what looks like healing solution up to his beak and glug it down. Is that a bonus action or the action?
I will say that's his action, and he's usually one for a fight, but I'd assume being blinded he may take a defensive stance, if you will.
He can fly too, if that's something you think he'd do.
Being blind.
First.
Say it again, you cut out.
Oh, I think you would try to save blindness first.
This is true.
Okay, anything else from him?
Like she said, try and save him blindness if possible. If not, if it's a duration thing, wait it out.
You feel as though you can try to get rid of this blindness with a Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
He does have his inspiration card, don't forget that. If you don't have to use it, I'm just pointing it out.
Looks like it's still only a +1.
Roll that 20. Where your 20s at? Oh, that's not a 20?
There's a 20 in there, but somewhere.
You're still blinded, my friend.
Damn it all.
Gloss, you're blind. What do you do?
Oh my god, fucking blind. Can I hear? No. First, well, fuck. Okay.
Don't forget the Clatter stands faithfully by your side.
Yeah, so useful when all of this shit's DC saves. Do I hear my friends like writhing in pain or anything?
Oh, without a doubt. They're standing right next to you. Some of them sort of, like grit their teeth from what sounds like them either being blinded or being caught by this fire. You hear the eruption of flames happening all around the area.
Okay. Then, centered on that point, do I have to see for mass cure wounds? It's a voice mathematics, but
let's see.
It says my choice of range, which I'm supposing I'm gonna center it on myself since I can't see anything. Choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius. Center on that point.
You feel like, from remembering where everyone was standing before this whole thing happened, that if you were to center it on yourself, it would probably catch everyone.
Then the first thing I'm gonna do is use my Mantle of Inspiration and tell everyone to come near me, and they gain 11 hit points, temporary hit points. So they can use their reaction.
Everyone, you hear Glacé call this out from close by, but you can attempt to run that way.
I mean, just you get 11 hit points from it, and then I'm going to use Mass Cure Wounds as my action.
If anyone wants to move closer to Glacé, I will say, hearing her voice call that out, you are close enough to be able to run towards her. If you wanted to.
Hello. Yeah, you guys don't have to. Let's see, 3d8 plus 5.
Enviti,
so...
you feel Fob bump into you.
3d8.
If something bump into me, I'm blind too.
Okay, so 19. You guys heal 19. Get 11 temporary. And now I would like to try to save.
Alright. Give me that Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Show me that contact.
It's gonna be
nice,
plus 1.
Back to full.
Fuck, the 6. Oh, these 6s. Okay. I don't save.
Glacé, you are still blind. Unfortunately.
No.
But that was a good round.
I was gonna say you didn't need your eyes for that.
Did I, was that 6, or could I use that heal on myself as well? Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait.
I technically don't need it if you want to not use it on me.
Kemo did not, so you can take it.
I'm gonna, okay, thanks. Okay.
Alright, yeah, you can go ahead and take that. And unfortunately, you are still blind at Glacé.
Yep.
With that, Sun Kong, you're up. Sun Kong, you can't see shit.
It's a good thing, isn't it? I don't want to see shit.
Okay. So what I was gonna do is change, because I have a lot more HP than I thought I was gonna have.
Sun Kong, our vision has been impaired.
I was gonna say, but Lionids have all-around vision and blindsided.
Yes, we do.
So, I might go ahead and activate a little transformation.
Kemo, you watch Sun Kong, his body covered by this chitinous gold armor. Sun Kong, you merge together the energies along with Roshi and transform into your golden full power Bionoid form. And we'll keep your character token, we'll just like move him up here. Yeah, there you go. Alright. You transform, you now are able to have a sensation around you. A feeling, almost like echolocation. You are blinded, but still able to see, unaffected by the blindness, using your extra senses to be able to move. And don't forget, you can still roll that Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn, just in case.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, I've never used this before, so I'm curious. I have like an oil that can be put on my quarterstaff. I'm assuming that takes an action to do, correct?
Probably.
Yes, it would take an action to put it on your weapon.
Well, since I can move now, I'm actually probably not going to do that then.
You see a circular wall of flame erupting up, catching some of those sparks within it, but the Golden Knight seems to have left and is standing in front of this sort of cut tree trunk that only goes about waist high.
I run up and I'm like, You're good from far away, but let's try face to face.
Very well, he says.
He's ready for it, Sunkar.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so I will first try with my forearm blades.
Blades shoot out from your elbows as you spin around, attempting to dig them into this full plate mount.
Forearm blades, 2 melee attacks.
Or between the breastplate, rather.
12 hit?
It
miss.
Rebounds off of his thick armor.
You have to do better than that, friend.
I'm just getting warmed up. Hopefully. Much better. 22 hit?
22 does hit.
Alright, so let's throw a key point in there and make it a stunning strike. So you have to make a Constitution saving throw. 15.
Alright, hang on just a second.
Fuck you.
Fuck me. What's the DC?
15.
He passes.
Oh,
he looks.
It's just 1 key point of 12.
He is wearing thick armor.
Wow.
Take that for what you will.
7 damage. No, 11 damage. I'm sorry.
11 damage. Okay.
So
you at least cut into a weak point in the connection at the shoulder of the armor.
And that's just beginning. Quarterstaff time. All the hits. Hopefully. We're gonna activate Flurry of Blows. Because
alright.
Why not? It's another key point. Just mark that down. I forget what this macro does. I never used it. I think it's what or damage. 26 hits.
26 is dead. Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit, my friend.
12 misses. Alright, so 2 hits. Stunning strike on another one because it is just a free action. I can just keep doing it. So DC 15 con save, sir. Because you are going down and I don't like you.
Alright, what are you doing?
Another stunning fist. Anytime I make a hit, I can activate that.
Gotcha.
So 15 DC saving throw.
Unfortunately, a natty 20.
Oh, you bitch.
Yeah.
I'll spend another key point and do it on the third hit.
Okay.
Do it again. Try again. Let me roll that damage. $22, 34 damage so far.
Okay.
And then my second attack with my quarterstaff. What is this macro do? That's fine. Nice. So, 25 hits, 14 probably misses, right?
A 14 unfortunately does not dig deep enough into his armor to affect him.
Okay. 12 misses then. So we have another 32, 42, 54, 63. I will also do, if I have to, I will spend 3 more key points to try to stun you. So, but let's do it one at a time. One more stunning fist. Actually, no, I only hit.
Hang on.
No, I'm sorry. I fucked up. Only the 10 damage. The first one. I'm sorry.
So after the 34 damage, another 10?
Yeah, so 44.
Okay. And then I'm making some stunning strike throws.
Just one.
Saving
just one
throws.
more.
Okay.
15 DC. Con.
He just makes it with a 16.
Bastard.
You try to pierce vital points using your staff, but he is just fully plated in this armor.
Okay. Let's see. Flurry blows is bonus action, so I cannot do patient defense. Okay, I am done.
All right. The second of the 2 Spark members says... Actually, they don't say anything. They just point a hand your way, and Enviti, your fears are realized as a small ball of light begins to erupt from their hand, heading towards you all. It's a fireball. Everyone, please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Am I close enough in it to do it?
Those of you who are blind immediately fail, and you are caught by it, Sun Kong. However, you're not technically blinded. Actually, make a con save, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick.
If it helps, Jason, everybody except for Kemo and Kong are blinded.
Gotcha.
Okay. No, I'm blinded.
I have my... I'm going to remember this time. I have my... I forget what it was called, but it lets me try and find it. Come on, stop fucking freezing, Adobe. God damn it, I'm sorry. I had it, and I lost that. Well, it lets me redo con if I fail a strength, con, or dex save. It lets me automatically re-roll it.
And what's that from?
Trying to find it. Let me open up my D&D Beyond.
I'll trust you for now. Go ahead and roll it.
Limit break. Limit break. As a reaction, when you fail strength, dexterity, or constitution ability check or saving throw, you can remake the check and take the new result. Once you use this ability, you can't use it again until you complete a long rest.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see what you get for your second check.
Oh, thank you. Gee. 18.
Okay.
I don't have any modifiers, but...
You already have your all-round vision from your binoid form, but you hear Roshi in your mind. You'll be able to see again even once we leave your binoid form.
So, now I have to make that dex save.
Yes, in the meantime... go ahead.
This would be an area effect, right?
It definitely is.
Sweet, so I have...
Glosse, you're blinded. Fire erupts around you like I mentioned last time, but it was counterspell. But this time it's for real for 32 points of fire damage.
Oh, fuck. Just fuck me up. Okay.
16 dex save.
Sun Kong, you take 29 points of fire damage.
Is that a fail or a success?
That is a fail.
Okay, so because of my... monk in this, I have dex save versus area effects. If I fail, I take half damage.
Alright, so you take half of that.
You said it was 15?
That total would be 15, yes.
Okay.
Fa, you're blind. You take 24 points of fire damage.
I will do 24, but it's resisted by my blah blah blah. So about it. Then I'll keep this time. Ah!
Oh, nice. Look at that. So 16. Okay. Rinkaz, you can't see shit. Fire erupts around your body. You take 28 points of fire damage.
Alright.
Aesop.
We're dealing with.
Aesop is blind. You are able to reflexively shift out of the way, though you're still burned to some degree. You take 14 points of fire damage. I believe that's everyone besides Kemo.
14 shame.
Oh, Kemo, you beautiful big lug. You take 21 points of fire damage as a fireball lights up the area.
I reflexively dodge, taking half.
There you go. Okay. You do like a monk backflip.
Whoop.
Enviti's blind as well.
Oh, Enviti. Oh, Enviti.
She would have died.
She would have.
You take 23
skin.
23 points of fire damage, which is probably half because of your shit.
If it's fire damage, it's halved. So.
Okay, then yeah, you take half of that. Round it down. So 11 points on you, if you guys don't mind marking that. And they are going to step out of the flames like a good child would. Fa, you're up.
Ah! Fa reactively pushes Enviti away from her, casting invisibility on both of them. Block.
You are both invisible.
Then she, for flavor, falls over and crawls away. Oh, cat, oh, cat, cat, oh, cat, cat. And then tries to save.
Yep, Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Fa is
That's funny.
+1. Whoa, 13.
You are still blind, Fa.
Excellent.
Kemo, you are not terribly sure what exactly is going on between these members who kind of look like Enviti. However, you know that your friends spent a considerable amount of time trying to work to bring you back to life, albeit in a different form you'll have to get used to, but now they are being blasted by fire. What do you do?
I reach for my sword, and it's just probably, it's not there because Fa has it.
Oh, shit.
So I guess just crunches his knuckles. Is this darkness, would you say? Shadow? Any of this back here?
Unfortunately, this entire area is very, very brightly lit.
This place sucks. Alright. Oop. Looking at Fa's sheet doesn't help me. Pass without trace. Okay. I will do a. So how do this is relevant. How do we move our companions? Is it on our turn?
Move with you.
They technically just move with you.
Okay, because I want to do Vamp Nack's thing on his turn.
So what? Let's take a look then.
It's a fog cloud.
Oh, okay. Helper's hand. We got Vapnak down here. This weirdo. Puff cloud. Vapnak blows a cloud of smoke centered on you in a 10-foot radius. This thick cloud is heavily obscured and lasts for 3 turns. A strong wind will rapidly dissipate the shape.
If you need some place to hide.
Not a bad idea, he says as he begins to take some puffs from his pipe.
So it remains in this area, right?
It's gonna remain. It's gonna remain basically where he blows it.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So I want it and him to stay here, kind of like taking cover behind this little pillar.
And hang on just a second. I'm trying to look for something that's like a smoky type of thing.
Sure.
We'll say something like this here. And hang on just a second. That was a 10-foot radius, so 20 foot overall.
Yeah. So just
right,
one
5,
finger.
10, 15, 20. He is going to blow it centered on, kind of on you. We'll say like this right there. How about that?
Looks good.
A cloud of smoke exudes around you. It is heavily obscured in here, Kemo.
Sick cloud, bro. I'm gonna make my way downtown, and then...
You just had him blow a cloud of smoke.
Well, yeah, for somebody else to dodge into. I mean, Kemo will be fine. But...
I'm assuming you'll yell this out because everyone else can't see shit.
Yeah, sorry, I literally said.
Gotcha,
this is a place for everybody to hide.
Glosse, you feel like if you climb over a pillar nearby, you'll be in a cloud of smoke.
Oh, good point. Yeah, he would have called out specifically to Glosse.
Over here, woman, he says.
Oh.
And then Kemo will do some ninja hand signs and cast silence on this guy.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay. You also feel like, Kemo, positioning up at this pillar, that this pillar offers you half cover.
Sweet. Alright, so it's a 20-foot radius, so it's twice the size of the smokes. So I'll catch the one up top with it as well.
Oh,
so,
fuck. You know what? I kind of like this. This is a square?
20-foot radius, so it's a circle.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, and this is silent.
Correct.
20-foot radius, so 40-foot overall.
Yep. Coach these guys.
And you're gonna do like
20, so
like this right here?
Yep.
Or you want it over like here?
No, that was perfect. You got it right.
A slightly tangible shell of magic surrounds the three members and you, Sun Kong, although you feel a lot less intimidated by this considering you are not a spellcaster, that a zone of silence surrounds them. The knight turns to you and his body language looks as if he's saying something, but you can't hear anything.
I just point to my ear and say, "What, bro? I can't hear you."
Oh my goodness.
The bro thing's gonna fade. I'm just a little drunk. And it's gonna...
This is the new Kemo. That's fine.
No. No, bro.
Drunk Kyle.
Anything else from Kemo?
I think that should be good. Let me just check my bonus actions for this. Oh, I'll just do a patient defense, which just makes me even more defensive. Because why not? And that'll be it.
Alright, hang on just a second here. Give me just a minute. Shifting out, Kemo, from the bushwork down below, you see another spark-looking member.
Oh my god.
They move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They lift a finger towards you, Enviti.
He's invisible.
Oh, you're right. He is invisible.
Oh no.
They'll point their finger at you then, Kemo.
Bro? Okay.
Hang on.
So,
a firing-looking, scorching ray erupts from his fingers. 3 of them, in fact, that are hurled at you. Hang on just a second here. Let me see. I have to roll. The first one is a... Oh, that one's going to hit. 24 versus AC.
24 will hit, yeah.
The first one, does he suffer disadvantage on that roll from a patient defense?
No, it's the dodge action, which I don't think does anything to spells.
Okay, it would just be melee attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am going to use my reaction to do absorb elements, and that'll put all of this down by half.
Alright, so instead of taking 9, you would then take 4.
Yeah, I'll keep it running 4.
Another ray blasts your way, this time for 21 versus AC.
Ugh. Ouch.
You take another 4.
Uh.
And another one comes your way, this time for 18 versus AC?
18 also hits.
Okay, for only 3 points of fire damage.
Good.
Their turn is done. We roll back up to Rinkaz. Look at this map.
I mean, I feel like I'm watching a game of Warhammer now. Holy crap.
This is like some Luke level map work here.
I, as a free action, would like to swear and holler to Grizdom, or Mogdramon. Yes, Mogdramon. And say, hey buddy, you got a good nose. Can you smell for burning holy man in golden armor? I'm pretty sure he's a virgin. Ha ha. It's part of a sheet. It says he can track virgins and people and children, and he's got good sense. So.
Yeah, he says I smell funny too.
He says, all I smell is fire.
Me too.
Is he following you?
He was?
Okay, so he's next to you then. I'm just keeping track of where companions go. Cecil was following you, Sun Kong. And Vapnak was following you, Kemo. Okay.
Having said that, I'd like to smack myself in the face a little, give the old wake-up slap, and see if I can break this horrible, awful, terrible blindness.
Are you gonna like take a defensive stance or anything?
I would like to move over here if I can. Just kind of
stumble across, hearing the sound of fire get a little louder, and there's a heat, but that's it.
And yeah, I'll take a defensive stance and just try to wait out the blindness, see if I can break it at all, or lessen it, or shorten it.
So take like a dodge action?
Yeah.
Okay.
I holler at everybody and say, I can't see a damn thing. Enviti, we going through with this still?
We have to. They're going to kill us at this point, even if I probably give them what they want.
Oh.
The knight seems to be saying something, but you cannot hear what he's saying.
I'll give you
a... hearing what Enviti said, I feel like I almost would ignore it at this point, and I just fight defensively till I can see.
Okay, at the end of your turn, because this was not affected by the armor itself, your vision returns, blurry at first, but comes back to you. You're no longer blinded.
Oh, sweet. Oh god, he's just as ugly as I remember.
With that, it is this guy standing in the fire's turn. It's just if they end their turn in the fire, right, Enviti? Okay.
End their turn, yes.
Gotcha. Alright. With that, let me go ahead and remove this from you, Rinkaz. You're not blinded anymore. This one is going to shift here. Shift here. Actually, he was here. He's going to shift 1, 2. He's gonna, hang on, he started here, he's gonna have 5. He's gonna shift right here. And is pointing with a finger, going to fire 3 scorching rays at you, Sun Kong. Does a 24 versus AC hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first bolt of fire connects, hitting your bionoid armor for 10 fire damage.
Okay.
A second one blasts your way, this time for 16 versus AC.
That misses.
And the third one misses as well. Shifts back one here, and ends his turn. And Enviti, you are up.
Okay, I'm invisible.
Yes, you are currently invisible.
And blind.
And you cannot see. But
What
you
a
were at
sight.
least whispered in your ear that you're invisible too, so you can't see, but no one else can see you.
Can't see, can't be seen.
Literally the Hobbit.
Do you even exist right now?
You can't see me.
I'm probably having some sort of existential crisis. My friends dying all around me, and I'm being attacked by things that look like me, that I was trying to not ever see again. So, part of me feels like Enviti would just shut down and stay in this foot. But probably too angry to let his friends die.
If you don't know you're invisible, you can't see that you're
It's time for your WrestleMania moment, John Cena. No one can see you. Destroy them.
Grab the brass ring, kid. Make yourself famous. So I will probably stumble into Aesop and realize that I can't go that way since I'm blind. I will. I guess I would probably stumble right about there. I wouldn't move very much if I'm blind. I kind of need to be able to see. So everything I have is visual. Yeah. Okay. So I'm invisible. I'll use this opportunity to. Can I hold an action?
Absolutely.
And then still save?
Absolutely. You just save automatically at the end of your turns.
Okay.
Actually, as a matter of fact, at the end of your turn, similar to Rinka's, you know that this will wear away. This blindness.
Okay. Can I hold...
Your vision is like cloudy and you still can't see, but you know it's coming back to you.
Can I hold an Eldritch Blast action to the 3 beams for the next spark that I see attacking when I get my vision back?
So you want to set a trigger that if you see any of the sparks beginning some type of offensive spell, you want to fire back.
Yes, can I do that?
Of course.
Alright, because I can't see, so, but I know...
But you know your vision's coming back to you, so you begin preparing the spell in hand.
Okay, I'd like to do that then.
And then with that, if you are done, your vision will return to you.
Let me just check. Yeah, healing lights if I can see a creature, so I can't see right now. Okay, yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
What's up, big boy? What you got?
This big boy begins to say something you can't understand what he's saying. He begins to walk away from you. You get an attack of opportunity on him.
I'll take it. Huzzah.
Absolutely hits.
I wish it was a 19. I have augmented criticals right now.
Oh, it was close.
Of course, I roll 2-1. So
you still catch the backside as he's walking away.
Of course.
That's
I get a chance to hit him,
Pat.
and I do 1.
He steps outside of this lightly visible. You say that, Sun Kong, but nothing comes out of your mouth.
Do you even lift?
He steps out of this barely tangible wall of silence and turns in the direction of the group.
Enviti, all I require is the book.
I wouldn't say anything because I'm invisible, and I don't want to give my position away.
Don't give it to him, Enviti! He's a bad man! He's a bad man! He'll do bad things with that book!
I will take your silence as an answer,
he says. And he...
I'm gonna chirp into my ear. Fa's gonna chirp into ear. I've got a stupid idea, but in Enviti's voice, she calls out, "Fine, give me a minute."
What was it?
Fine, give me a minute. I have the actor ability, which means as long as I've heard somebody talk a minute, I can.
You can do what? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Perfectly replicate their voice. They can make an insight check on it if they think I'm faking it, but...
He's invisible.
I am also invisible.
And what did you say?
Fine, give me a minute.
He's gonna make an insight check as opposed to your deception check.
Yeah.
And you'll have advantage on that because he cannot see you and you're pretty well off mimicking the sound.
Perfect, you might say. Deception, this is just one of those ones that I'm pretty good at. That's a 22.
Oof.
Oh, good. You rolled a high roll for a 20.
Woo! Plus 10 to deception.
Toss the book to me now, Enviti,
he says.
Shit. So why this was a stupid idea, because I didn't think I had a map, or I didn't think I had a book in my bag. And I don't. So...
Throw a grenade at him. Here's your book.
Yeah, catch this.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know how this kind of breaks it, but like all of my attacks are flavored as grenades, so I probably would throw a grenade at him. I was like, well, fuck, my bluff is out, so I guess I'm just gonna blow him up. But it's his turn, so I don't know what you want to do.
Could I throw an item from my inventory?
Absolutely.
I have a book of lore in my backpack that came with the Warlock kit. It is not my tome.
It's not your tome, and you know it looks relatively different from your tome. It probably has a title right on top of it.
But just say Book of Lore.
You are welcome to throw a book. It's up to you. You know, once it left your relative person, it would become visible.
Yeah, I won't. That's not a good idea. I'm still invisible.
Then Fa, if you want to toss something in this kind of weird moment of a pause, I'll put you up in initiative in front of him if you're going to throw a grenade.
Yeah.
Okay. Do your thing.
That's gonna do. I'm going to toss a little grenade at his feet. It blows up with a punch. It's 22 to hit. It does 22 thunder damage.
Nice.
And is this like a radius?
No, it's one single target.
Okay, gotcha.
They're flavored as grenades, but they're attack spells.
Okay. There is, what's it look like when it explodes catching him?
It's just like a little thermal charge rolls out from the bushes, and then
Look, her catch.
There is electricity that surrounds the area, arcing off of his goldish plate mail. He turns in your general direction, Fawn says,
"Very unfortunate."
And he lifts his hand, and a small ball of light begins to form in it, Enviti.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm out of I'm out of spell slots.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we were hard up.
You don't have an Eldritch Blast ready?
Oh, I do have an Eldritch Blast ready. Yeah, I'm invisible.
This would be a trigger.
That would be a trigger. Okay. Well, I'll trigger his trigger.
Hang on a second. Does invisibility grant you advantage on ranged magic attacks?
Any attack roll, yeah.
Okay, so he does not see this coming, Enviti, actually thinking that you're up where Fa is. So you get to roll with advantage to hit him.
Alright, so this is going to be verse AC. An 18 versus AC.
That's going to hit.
Okay. I get all three when I'm using Eldritch Blast, right? Because I'm just going to single. It's a 3.
You only have advantage on the first roll, but...
Correct. But the spell creates more than one beam at higher level.
Yes, correct. That's correct. You get advantage on the first one only, but you'll get your 3 beams. They just sort of let loose one after another in a volley.
Okay, so this first one hit with the 18, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 14 force damage, and if it still gets the trigger to push back on it, I'd like to do that.
It technically could if you would like it to.
Yeah.
Push him into the zone.
10 feet.
Push him into the zone. Push him into the zone.
Well, it's away from me, so I would love to push him into the zone, but I can't. Yeah.
You just watch as this blast hits him from the side, Fa. Well, actually, you don't because you're blind. You hear the sound of arcane blast smashing the metal and hear the scraping of what sounds like metal against stonework at the base of his feet.
Second, 13 versus AC.
The second 2, one of them connects but bounces off just shy of hitting him directly, and the third one goes a little wide.
Well, third one.
Well, that technically was the third one, so you don't get advantage.
Alright.
So the first roll you got advantage on, which was 18, and then your second one is 14, and your third would be 13.
No, the 14 roll was for the damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So your third roll then is the 18.
Correct.
Okay, then that's gonna hit.
That's 9 force damage.
All right, he takes 9 force damage.
And then if there's any room to shove him back 10, please do.
He's going to kind of be shoved up against this cinder block made of stone and kind of nearly topple over, but catching himself with an arm.
Good job, Fa.
Your friends have crafty spells,
he says as he lets loose the ball of fire from his hand. Right in front of him.
Oh.
Ooh.
Fa. You unfortunately cannot see anything. Because that is specifically the whole point of these guys, is to make sure that you can't see shit when they go to blow you up.
Boom. It's alright, she's naturally.
Let me just make sure this is correct.
Fuck.
At least you pulled his attention your way.
Kyle, do you think you're gonna play more than 5 consecutive rounds with any character in this campaign, or is that never gonna happen?
It looks like we need a paladin.
What's the damage?
You take 57 fire damage.
Oh my god!
Alright. I mean, like I said, it's still half, but...
The blast leaving his hand is exceptionally large, and the fire rages with a light that pierces the eyes, similar to his armor.
Wow.
Yeah, so so far as just rolling around on the ground, that's her quote-unquote evasion.
He will begin marching somewhere up this way. He cannot see you, though.
I'm not invisible any longer.
Oh, because you got blasted?
Well, because I rolled the grenade at him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. He marches right up to you then.
Oh.
Aesop, you're up. You just hear the sound of metal footsteps across pavement and stone coming towards you.
Is he still blind?
Aesop, you can't see shit, my friend. Whatever that blast from his armor was, it was particularly potent. Probably a high-level spell.
Let's see, where am I at?
You can't see shit. Although you did hear that there was a smoke cloud nearby Glace that you could potentially hide in.
Well, I say, Enviti, are we still all in on this?
It's technically Aesop.
We kind of have to be.
Alright then. I can't see a damned thing. Monkey, where the hell are you?
Oh.
You hear nothing.
I
Oh no.
I tap my ear and say, Monkey. The communicators,
I'll assume Ringcaz or someone will relay that you're in the zone, that he's in the zone of silence.
Yeah, someone that can see.
Alright, then, seeing as
But he's still alive.
blind,
You're not blind anymore. You can see him.
Aesop is still blind.
Aesop's blind.
Sorry.
It's okay.
his movement's 30, so he could move at least half of it, even blinded. Would that be okay? Would you consider that double movement being guided by someone else?
I'll say that you can shift that way with the guidance of Ringcaz kind of just telling you where to go, yes.
I'm going to reach forward and grab him and use one of the 22 injections on him. Give him 22 HP, temp HP. Okay. Give him a little bird blood. Maybe it's some of his, I don't know. It's 22's blood mixed with his blood, mixed with everyone else. I'll give him a blood cocktail right in the arm and a good pat on the back and say, go get him, old chap, or whatever Aesop would say. And say, damn it, I still can't see my eyes. And end my turn.
Alright. Glace, you can't see shit!
Yeah,
you were told there's a smoke cloud nearby.
All of my spells require me shit fucking to see. Glace is just gonna heal everyone again, and including herself, so whoever's not dying, just let me know. Okay, so I'll cast.
Fa makes weird animal noises.
Another mass cure wounds. This is within, let's see, 30 feet. Is everyone close? Oh fuck, that's not the right one.
Lasse shoots a pink beam out towards Fa.
I literally, I don't know.
That's awesome.
Can I get rid of this? Okay. I mean, I as a player know she's 5 feet out, but can some... You know what? I don't fucking care. I'm bored. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna step here, cast it, call it a day. We'll metagame it today, boys. I don't give a shit. It is...
What are you doing?
I'm stepping right there. I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sick. Give me a second.
No one's
rushing. Quit yelling at me.
Shut up.
Calm down.
Stop being upset about people not being upset.
Don't be angry, Daddy.
That was 15.
Hell yeah.
And I will stumble back to where I think the fucking cloud is, and I'm done.
You stumble back successfully in the cloud. And you can make a Constitution saving throw. You could use your card if you'd like.
Nothing.
With a roll of 19, let's say your vision comes back to you, although is immediately obscured as you cough a little bit, surrounded by a cloud of smoke.
Okay.
You do at least know that your vision has returned to you, though.
Right.
Alright. Sun Kong, you are up.
Alright. Let's go help Fa. 20, 25. Oh, you didn't forget about me now, did you?
Of course not.
No.
Let's try this again then.
What?
Actually, what's your health looking like, Fa? How you feeling?
Pretty, like 1/4 of the way.
Let's give you a little. It's not gonna be much, but it'll be a little something. As a bonus action.
Should be okay if you want to use your bonus action.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well let's do this then. First forearm blade misses. Second forearm blade. Oh, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. I'm also gonna put a stunning fist on that because fuck you. 15 DC con save.
Take your good boy card.
Oh, I will. Let me mark down my
key point. That's gonna be crit damage. He's gonna need to make a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes. DC
a natty
15.
1. It connects.
Oh yes, you're stunned until the end of my next turn, bitch. Who's taking what from who now?
Yeah.
And I get another, what is it, a D10? Sweet. 9 damage from that. And now I will do my flurry of blows with my quarterstaff. And since you're stunned, I get advantage on all of them, correct?
Yes.
27 hits. 20 hits, right?
A 20 is gonna hit.
And then, ooh, a 19, because augmented critical, that's another critical, and that hits. So, let's see, so 9 damage, and then I roll an extra d6 for the crit damage.
Oh, nice, that made that easy.
So 9, 9, and 12.
30.
on top of the 9 I did before, so that's 39. And then my second flurry of blows. "21 hits, 25 hits, 26 hits. Let's see, so 39, 41, 40, 53. Is it 62 damage, I believe?
62 overall?
I believe so, if I'm mathing right.
Oh, well, I hope you are.
We're gonna say yes.
Alright, you smash into him for considerable damage. Just delivering a volley of strikes with your forearm blade and quarterstaff in a flurry of motions. You hear the striking sound almost repeatedly, like some type of crossbow bolt or like automated crossbow bolt or repeating crossbow bolt fa in front of you, clanging into metal.
Wow, what's happening?
Anything else, Sun Kong?
No, I did my bonus action. I don't have any free actions I don't think that I can do. No, I believe that's it.
Alright. It is this Spark's turn.
I guess you did forget about me, bitch.
This one is going to stop right as it gets over here. And it is going to...
Can I punch it for walking next to me, or?
This one is going to step up and say, Enviti, we will leave if you hand over the book. This was your quest, and now you must return the book to the Scintillium.
I didn't say I would do anything for you. And I failed the trial. I don't understand how many times I have to say that.
You can pass if you hand the book over to me.
I dropped out of school. I failed. I don't need to pass anymore. Stop hurting my friends.
Then give me the book.
I don't want to.
Very well. She holds her arms up at her sides, and a blast of brilliant, radiant light leaves her form. This is gonna hit.
Is Aesop bloodied?
No, he's good. He's been healing.
This is gonna hit everybody except Kemo. Just a second. Radiance of the Dawn. I need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Good lord.
Even if I'm in a fog cloud?
Yes, this is an area of attack. A brilliant light pierces the smoke, hitting you.
Shit.
I lied. I don't want the smoke.
Damn, just fucking kill me already.
Glosse, your total was...
It's not. It's a 3.
Okay. The blast strikes you for 11 radiant damage. Rinkaz.
It's a 16 total.
Okay. You take 5 points of radiant damage, missing the brunt of it. Sun Kong, 9 total.
Yep.
The blast hits you for 13 radiant damage.
Okay.
What about Aesop?
Rolling now. He has... Again, I think it's only 11, so... I'm only debating if it's higher than anything that he's been rolling, which is a 4, so...
He takes 11 radiant damage.
Damn!
Enviti, you got a 9.
Correct.
The blast explodes from her, hitting you for 6 radiant damage.
I'm resistant to radiant.
Excellent. Fa, you cannot see. This is going to hit you for 11 radiant damage, and it's going to miss Kemo. With that, she is done. Kemo, you're up.
I don't know where she went. Oh, she went up. Okay. Alright. He's gonna scoop down.
You hear the pair down here say, we just want the book.
I don't know what a book is. Punches.
That would be Goliath. You dum-dum hit you in face.
I don't know what that means. Oh
no!
Fucking putts. Read a book.
Oh no! That's gonna miss. That's gonna miss, bro. I'll just keep this bad boy card that I have.
I'm gonna get all this out. I'm gonna get all the attack rolls out of the way.
I haven't even looked at this thing.
18 to hit for my second attack.
Alright, I'm gonna make you re-roll that attack.
No!
Here's your bad boy card.
Oh, I did better! Oh,
still hits.
17, and then I'm gonna flurry of blows for another.
Do it, brother.
Hits. Then fuck me! Jesus. Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright, these
one
are
of those
the
days.
attack rolls combined. The damage rolls, right? Son of a bitch! For 13 bludgeoning damage on this guy.
You have to say, bad luck happens in 30s.
And then, you know what? Because
You know what they say.
Yes.
You gotta add the extra 3D.
Alright.
Fuck me.
It wasn't horrible.
24 damage. Almost as much as you did with one flurry of blows.
I say, lads, you remember when we were alive? Wasn't that fun?
Don't like it.
You smash into this spark with a volley of blows, Kemo. Anything else?
Sorry, no, that's it.
Okay, it is their turn. They shift by you, staying along with you, to about right here. This one holds her arms out, and a radiant blast of energy exudes from her form. It's going to catch Aesop, Urinkaz, Glace, and Kemo. It's also going to catch her friend. I need you guys to make a con saving throw.
First one's for Jesus. Aesop. Oh my god, Aesop, good job. God bless you.
Nice. It's going to catch the friend over here, actually, for a little bit of damage.
You rolled 2 ones tonight, right? So I can't roll.
Aesop. This is for Aesop.
Kyle, you play with fire.
So, just going in the order that I see pictures down at the bottom. Glace, what did you roll?
19.
Oh, very nice. You take 7 points of radiant damage. Rinkaz, what did you roll?
Aesop was a 20 and Rinkaz rolled an 18.
Rinkaz, you take 3 points of radiant damage. And
in a microwave.
Aesop, you take 9 points of radiant damage. You guys mostly dodging the brunt of this blast.
Evasion for half, yes?
Yes. Well, is this would be an area.
Yeah,
it's comp based. So, and then Kemo, what'd you get, buddy?
5.
Oh, Kemo, that's okay. You take 12 points of radiant damage. We roll back up to the top. Rinkaz.
Does Aesop get a good boy card for a save, or is it only skill checks and attacks?
You rolled a natty 20, so you have your good boy card on your character.
Okay, oh, that's right here.
Glosse, you can see now, you feel like there's one more round, a couple more seconds of this billowy smoke around you, protecting you before it dissipates.
It never protected me, to be fair, but okay.
That's true.
Wait, I can attack? Yes. The zone of silence, that just prevents me from saying words, that's all. Oh, that's perfect. Rinkaz will grab his revolver and slowly step into it, and as soon as he stepped into it, you just see his mouth foaming and frothing, as you can imagine every draconic, common, and any other language he may have picked up profanity in, bleeping it out for Twitch and all the children. It sends a string of bullets and expletives into the void.
Roll to hit the void.
I will use a point of grit to make sure the first one hits. The advantage of my first shot. 21 hit.
And who are you shooting at other than the void?
Golden boy.
Alright. 21 will hit. The bad golden boy.
Thank you.
Vady, this is all your fault. Shoots at
or the good golden boy?
Are we the baddie?
We don't know.
Oh, look at that. Big money, 8 total.
It does seem to pierce his armor somewhat, as it does 8 damage.
Alright. Second attack. Fantastic.
Natty 1. I get me a bad boy card. And unfortunately, that shot goes a little wide.
I will use my action surge. Drop, slop, and switch out to my... make sure I have it listed. I only have so many weapon slots. Where are you at? I do not have the hunting rifle named nor set up. So I'll switch over to the other gun. Other gun. Energy pistol, because it has the gem in it.
Okay.
Actually, screw it. The energy rifle. That's the tried and true. I'll stay with that. Different macro. One sec. First shot. It's a 24 hit.
I'm going to make you re-roll that with your bad boy card. Not hearing the gun pull back and fire throws you off just a bit, but you actually match your mark even more so the next hit.
$14 damage.
Alright. You strike into the armor for 14 damage. There are quite a few dents and pock marks piercing into the armor.
Blast.
30.
That's gonna hit.
For 8. And I'm going to use my inspiration card for the effect of Swift Rune, and I'm going to move 15 more feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a racial ability to take a bite out of this guy's ass.
Alright. You know what? He's technically still stunned too, isn't he, Sun Kong?
Yes, he is.
So do I have advantage on a melee attack then?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
21. Let's see, D6 if I'm correct. I don't get to use often. Yeah. Two extra damage. I take a chunk out of it.
Alright. You bite into him for just a little bit of pissing you off damage.
I gain 2 temporary HP. Oh, excuse me, equal to my con modifier. My.
Nice. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Hang on just a second. It is this member's turn down here. You watch as redding in his hands looks to be a ball of light.
Bet you won't nuke your friend.
And lets it loose right here. Cecil is with you, Sun Kong, so he's kind of up here somewhere.
Yeah, so.
But it's gonna hit Fa. Fa, did you make a con save at the end of your last turn?
Yeah, he's not blind.
Alright, I don't think so.
Go ahead and make that now.
No.
Just to see.
Nope.
Okay. You are blind. Oh.
12.
Fortunately not.
Saw the 4 come up first.
You're gonna take this. Give me a dex save.
Sorry. Does 16 pass?
Unfortunately not.
Fuck, I used my reaction to not pass.
Sun Kong. This is going to require a dex save along with you, Enviti, and Aesop. And from the other member who is caught in the blast themselves.
$22. Boys.
Dirty 20.
So, let's see here. Fa, you are going to take the brunt of this one. So let's go ahead and roll that out. A blast explodes nearby, engulfing you in fire for 27 fire damage.
Oh, shit. I'm rolling on the ground, so I take half of that damage.
Alright.
So, back down to 1 again.
Whoa, shit. Sun Kong, was 22 your overall total?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You take a total of 28, so 14 because you largely dodge out of the way.
This is an area effect.
This is.
So on a success, I take no damage because of my coolness.
You, using your bionoid form, shift out of the way quickly. This top one up here, this spark, themselves actually fails and takes a decent amount of damage. And Enviti, what was your check?
Overall 20.
Okay, you now kind of realizing the tricks of this group that is not too dissimilar from your own, only take 15 points of fire damage, dodging the brunt of it. That's the damage halved.
That's with resistance?
Not with resistance. So
okay.
Halved again.
Aesop rolled a 24, and he has evasion, so half of whatever you need to roll for him.
With evasion, he succeeds, so he would not take the damage. You just kind of quickly swoop up with your wings out of the way.
He's a +9 according to D&D Beyond, not a +8 for us.
Oh shit, nice.
This is after he got his. Gotcha.
Yeah, I put the link for him in, but he's in Beyond.
Oh, duh. Let me go over and pull that one up.
Kemo, you notice this one down below giving a bit of a nervous look over to the spark next to you and looking back, holding his ground. Enviti, you're up.
Alright,
Flames char the area here. Lots of shrubbery and plant work is lit afire.
Gonna leave that going as an obstacle. Actually, I mean, I'm taking a zillion damage. It's probably canceled due to concentration.
I think by now we can safely say it's probably canceled. Also, this zone of silence, was that from Fa?
That was Kemo, I think.
Or Kemo? Okay. How much? What's that?
I believe it's still active.
Okay. We'll make concentration checks if we need to. Enviti, you are up.
Okay. As an action, I want to eat the charge on my Rod of the Pack Keeper to give myself one spell slot back.
Okay.
And I can only do that once per long rest. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to Healing Light on Fa.
Okay.
For 16.
Does a ranged spell incur an attack of opportunity?
No, not unless they have Sentinel or Warcaster, I think it is, or something like that. Mage Slayer, something like that. It's a feat that lets you do that.
Okay, okay.
That'll be my turn. I'm not gonna move to yeah, I'm not gonna move or anything. Just stay right here.
The spark in front of you says, Enviti, the book once belonged to us. Return it, and we will end this violence. All we seek is the book, nothing more.
Well, it doesn't want to seek you back, so it's not going with you.
How do you know that?
I read it and it told me.
Well, it belongs to us, and we will do what we must. Anything else, Enviti?
No, I'll pass.
Alright, Fa.
It's not the way this is gonna work, Sparky.
So, I would no longer be blind? Is that how it worked? It runs out after a time, or?
No, it was a different spell that only lasted a turn for the others.
Oh, okay.
Yours, you have to save at the end of your turn, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Grasp around and find old Maleficent Golden Boy's foot and shocking grasp him. So this is going to be... The spell gives me advantage if he's wearing metal, so disadvantage because I'm blind, so just regular.
He is also still
He's
stunned,
stunned,
so you
if
do
that
get your
helps.
advantage.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter. 21 to hit.
You can fish for a crit, right?
What's that?
You can fish
He
for a
already rolled the
crit.
advantage.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled them both.
21 will hit, yes.
Does 12 lightning damage, and he cannot take a reaction on his turn.
What does it look like when this golden knight falls?
Fucking!
He just starts, like, as the electricity kind of courses through him, you can just kind of see the blood seeping out of his face as he just topples over.
He is dead.
Ah! What was that? And then she just kind of scooches further.
The rest of you, back off! Let us go and we won't kill you. We don't want to.
I'll use my bonus action to hide, which is a stealth check. Which is probably not great. Stealth, so it's a 13 to hide.
Okay. You do your best to try and shift around in this foliage, hoping that to the best of your degree you're hidden, but it's difficult to tell being blind, but you can make your con save now.
Remind me of this later. Oh.
What's the total?
3.
Oh, unfortunately not. Upon Sun Kong in his bionoid form saying this, the others say, "We will cease this combat."
You ain't ceasing anything. To hell with you, boys. Classe. No one will know of this unless it's us or Rick. We're finishing these guys. I'd like to go against my alignment and finish them because they tried to kill us with 10 fell however many fire grenades.
I think these people are dangerous enough that we need to take care of them. I agree, Rinkas.
Yeah. Kemo smiles devilishly.
Kemo and Fa will not be the ones dying.
I mean,
we'll see.
You guys don't get to choose to come beat us up and then leave because your golden leader is dead now. No, honeys. That's not how this works.
Very well, voice from the smoke cloud, she says, looking in that general direction.
Yeah, Kemo says, "That's not how your light goes out."
I'll stand behind my friends.
Aesop is up. Aesop, you can't see shit!
Is he still blind?
Yes, unfortunately. You got hit by that baddie spell.
I can't see a damn thing. What's going on? Are we winning?
We might. Can you hear my voice? Not in the communicator. Can you focus?
Yeah.
Down here.
I stumble one space forward. How medically sound is Enviti?
Medically sound, a 0.
You
I don't have any plus wisdom.
You need any potions? You need some healing?
I don't know.
Your health.
Oh no.
His health bar looks good.
Thank you though.
He's full health.
I'm 2 points under full health through all of that.
They say, Renkaz, lead me your way. It sounds like Fall is in trouble.
I'm over here too. Come this way, Aesop.
Ah, yes, the giant bug monkey.
Monkey boy, follow my voice. And then go a little bit this way into like, you'll be kind of walking into like a tree area.
That's not far, that's a bush. I appreciate it. And that's his movement, so I guess he'll stop there.
Okay. Glace, you are up.
I'm going to cast at 6th level Hold Monster on these two things right down here. They have to roll DC. I'm also going to use this on it, so it's going to be DC 19. DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And the total was what? That they had to pass?
19.
Okay. No, 19. Alright. Let's see. Wiz saving throw.
Yeah.
The first one fails with a 16. The one to the right of that passes with a 20.
Okay, well, one of the first
this one right here is effective.
Okay. Alright,
Nice.
Held.
As the bonus action, I will use my beauty thing that I have that I can do daily to gain +5 AC on.
Distracting beauty. Motes of swirling colors surround your body.
I'll use the rest of my action to hide in a bush.
Alright, you hide in a bush. And Clatter comes along. You want to make a stealth check to try and...
Sure.
The stealth check's for being a rogue.
Oh, fuck, okay. You
gonna give it to me? Sure.
You try to Homer Simpson, and you just only go like halfway.
No.
Didn't you say these are cover?
Now, if we move Sun Kong, 'cause he's technically not there. If you get right here...
Oh, well, I don't think I can... So I was right here, right? Right here?
Yeah, if you go like right here, you'll have 3/4 cover. Unless they like scooch around, obviously.
I'm done.
Okay. Sun Kong, you are up.
Alright. Well, this is happening, so... First, I'm using this. Give a creature disadvantage on its next D20 roll. I'm gonna go to this baby.
Gotcha.
Then I'm going to use this. Succeed on an attack roll.
This is sick.
Alright.
So this is my first arm blade, but since it's a successful attack, I'm going to use a key point to activate Stunning Fist. So go ahead and roll that DC 15 con save.
And that's with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Fails.
Hell yeah, you're stunned. So I automatically hit, so this first attack. Nice. 14. Second. With
you
advantage.
strike into them. Stunned. They try to turn to react, but your paralyzing palm stuns them in place. See this 24. Female form in these robes unable to move.
24 hits, so I'm at 25 damage. Now let me mark down another key point. Activate Flurry of Blows. Oh, I wrote both, but that's fine. So
many dice.
21 hits, 21 hits, 20 hits, right? Yeah.
20 hits.
20 hits. 27 hits. 28 hits. 20 hits. So I was at 25. 35. 46.
What does it look like when you
58.
down this Spark member?
Well, since these are on flurry of blows, it's just my quarterstaff, just like she's just on the ground. It's like she's dead. She's already dead.
You seen American History X?
No.
No.
Which one did she die on? Because could I run up on another one and use the rest of my hits?
The 46 would kill.
So it's the 25, then 25, 30, no, yeah, 32, 42.
40, the 42 would kill.
Okay, so I've got the last 4 attacks, so that's 9, 20, 32, 44, because I should be able to, so that was 5, 10, 15, let's see, 20, 25, 25, 40, oh, maybe not, 40, 45, 50, 55. And I can even move here if you want me to, 60, just to make sure. So
it doesn't matter. It's both in range.
I'll stay here then. And so what did I say that was? That was 20, 32, 44 damage. Well, if I'm assuming it has the same AC, correct?
Maybe.
Oh, but this one wouldn't have disadvantage. So actually, let me see. That first one would be a 16 to hit. Is that one hit? Was that
16 hits.
Okay, so that's 9. Let me activate Stunning Fist on this one then. Let me knock down another key point. So that's 10 total used so far. DC 15 con save.
They attempt to save and do so with a 17.
Okay. So then the next attack would have been a 27 to hit. I'm assuming that, yeah, that hits because
gonna hit.
A 16 did hit, and so then my next 3 was 27, 28, and 18 without advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So it is that full 20, 32, 44 damage. And I will give it 3 more stunning fists if I have to. So we'll one more DC 15, and we'll do it 2 more times if we have to.
It passes the first one.
Okay, second.
Passes the second one with a natural 17.
Third.
Fails the last one with a 7.
Woohoo! That's all my attacks, but on the last one, it failed, so it is stunned to the end of my next turn, and that is...
And you dealt how much damage? 44?
44, and that is all my key points, so... This better be ended. I just blew it all.
There is bruises and blood covering the once white, silken-looking robes of this Spark member.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Kemo, you're up.
Kemo! Oh, they're both. That one was stunned. Yeah, by glass. So I'll just punch on this one. I'm just gonna roll all my damage, all my attack rolls first, because it's all the same damage dice. Attack 1, 13 to hit.
Let me double check real quick. That is gonna hit.
Yeah, that was...
Roll your damage for this.
Oh, be that close. 6 plus 3. Plus 3. Oh boy, 4.
Blood just pulling at this one's feet. Somehow they are still standing.
Second bit.
You see as though she is trying to talk, but just the pure brunt of your fist. You look like her jaw's probably broken, and she's just mumbling as blood is coming down her jaw.
Okay, here you punch.
23 will hit.
There we go, 9 damage.
She falls over. How do you kill her?
With a punch to the face. Nothing special. I can't think of anything.
She is thrown back, lifeless, on the ground.
Then slide 1, 2, 3, 4, and a flurry of blows on this guy. 7, 13 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
Right. On the second flurry of blows is 11 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. On the first one, I want to make it a stunning strike. The DC for mine is also 14.
Okay, gonna roll to make a save. And let me check what their plus is. Hang on just a second. What's the... is it a con save?
Constitution, yeah.
That's gonna fail then.
It's done till the end of my next turn.
I mean, you can do that, but Glacé has her hold monster on it.
Well, I didn't know if it would come off it or not, so I was just doubling down.
Okay,
it takes 8 from the punch earlier.
No, this does not come off of it. This just stays on it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
So you get your attacks at advantage.
Sweet.
Because they are paralyzed.
Well, just if any of these are 20s, won't roll anything. Nope. Okay, we're good. That's all for me, folks.
What was the total damage altogether from all of that?
On this one, 8.
Just 8? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. You throw a volley of punches and strike at a opportune area on the body of this male form, this spark, dealing a pretty decent amount of damage to them. They look not great. There's a bit of spotted blood on separate areas of their cloak. Anything else, Kemo?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my last of my movement to intimidate him.
Alright. Brinkaz, you're up.
I guess similar fashion to before. We'll save the RP flare. I'm gonna move as far as possible. Tree blocked my line of sight. Ah, no, wait.
It's just a bush.
Okay. One extra because move's wrong. Yeah, I'll take a couple shots.
They'll have advantage. That's gonna hit.
Fish with a crit. Oh my god.
You got the crit.
Oh boy. 15.
Okay. Still standing. Held aloft by the hold monster spell.
28.
That's gonna hit.
14.
What does it look like when this spark number drops?
Glory. It looks like
soon
glory.
As Kemo punches back, I take off the rest of her jaw and just look to him and give him the good thumbs up.
You return to your thumb up.
Aesop stumbles over and uses one of his daily potions and pours it down Foss' throat.
If the thread is over. Whew.
Your form
that,
of Sun Kong.
Yeah. That looked kind of bad for a second there, but we got it as always.
11.
Oh boy. we should,
You hear
have a
the
nap.
rustle of fire around you. Although a large portion of pockmarks of stonework and ruins around this area fence a good amount of the flames in, so even though there is a small brush fire in certain smaller pocketed areas, it won't travel very far because a lot of the stonework in this area kind of guts it out from traveling too far. Elysia looks to you all and says, "Do you do this every day?"
Not every day, but...
Fuzz shaking her head behind him.
We're not strangers to it, though, that's for sure. But this was a new one. We usually don't fight guys who look like Enviti.
"Who are those people, Enviti?" she says, turning to you, Enviti.
Maybe we should get to the ship and then talk. Just an idea.
I agree with that. We need someplace safe. This was regrettable, very bad, and we don't need to repeat it right now.
Yeah, well, okay. So let's just get to the ship and then we can discuss.
Do you have a way of contacting the Serenity leader? Your
yes,
contact
on the ship. Actually, no, we do have. We can contact them with the crystal communicator, I believe.
I believe
right?
we should, at the very least, relay this message of what happened out here so that the passerbys who enter and exit from this area do not have to see this.
Kong will go get the crystal communicator from Glace, and we'll call up the... Who is it for the Serenity?
Twee is your representative.
That's right.
The young Furbolg.
The little baby. Hello, Twee. It's Sun Kong. Are you there?
Hang on. You hear him say,
Yes, what's going on?
Well, just want to give you a little heads up. You might want to get a cleanup crew down, outside, of the lighthouse.
Is everything feeling okay with Kemo? He didn't fly into a blind rage, did he?
No, Kemo was okay, actually. We were attacked by unknown assailants, and so we unfortunately had to dispatch them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies, here, dead. But, I don't know if you want to do something about that, but we're gonna get to our ship just so we can get out of the open in case there's more of them out there.
Very well. I'll send some sentries to take a look at the area. Do you believe there may be more that may hurt other citizens? That is the main pathway that reaches to our city.
I mean, it started with just 3, but then a 4th came along, so there's a possibility, but we don't know. We don't know who these people are. Like, they just came and they came up at us, so we had to defend ourselves.
Were they bandits, or were they trying to take your possessions?
Yeah, they were trying to steal our friend Enviti. They tried to steal his book for no reason. It's his.
All that danger over a book and violence. Oh well. I will, as I mentioned, send some sentries. Every one of you all. Hopefully you made it out all right.
Yeah, we're okay. Thank goodness.
Good. Well then, be safe with you, Wild Tycoons.
Thank you. And
speaking to you.
Yes, I'll close communication. All right, let's loot the bodies before they get here. They're sending sentries though, because we know Aesop is going to want to loot the bodies. So
yeah, that is true.
At least the shiny boy, if nothing else. I'm sure he has some nice stuff on him.
Rather like to maybe take his heart. Yes.
I don't know if we have that much time, Aesop, but we can.
Sure. Yes, of course. Get run, and I'll get my knife, and I'll just how that closet is then.
hang on just a second. You guys actually looting these corpses?
Yes.
The only thing I'd want to search for is any sort of markings, paperwork, things that kind of have some sort of communication or information on it. But I'd be more concerned with trying to leave personally.
Yeah, like I said, maybe just the shiny guy, so we don't take too long. But at least him. I know, of course, Aesop wouldn't want to pass him by, I think.
You guys collectively among the bodies find 1,200 gold.
Nice.
A lot of their plate mail and armor robes from the other two are so bludgeoned from just the fierce volley of attacks you guys delivered that they wouldn't procure you much money if you were to take them. However, there does seem to be a golden-like mace that the Golden Knight held in his hands. It seems relatively undamaged. It could at least probably, you know, be worth a couple gold. If one of you guys wants to take that, and
Kemo will take it.
Okay. Enviti, as you are searching the corpses for any sort of pertinent information, it's too difficult to tell if there's anything on the robed Spark members. They seem to have a couple smaller items, things that you can basically would have turned into that 1,200 gold for exchange. You do find a somewhat battered and lightly charred, but still legible scroll after you search around in the Golden Knight's armor. The note, as you unfurl the scroll, taking a look at it, reads, "You will be surveying Jaydra capital within the center of the celestial cradle. You will remain there for 4 weeks, patrolling back and forth. Should Enviti be spotted, he is to be confronted. And what's the name of your tome, Enviti?
The Roar of the Arboreal Dragon.
Ask to hand over the Roar of the Arboreal Dragon. This was his mission, given to him from us, the Scintillium, and it was his duty to return it. Do not return until you have that book. And it is signed, the Enlightened One, Frederick."
Do I recognize the name Frederick at all?
Make a history check.
Have 0+. That's a 5. I'm very angry from combat.
You remember that an Enlightened One is more than likely some rank within the Scintillium. You're just not sure of the rank. And Frederick, just for whatever reason, probably because your mind is frazzled from all the combat, just doesn't ring any bells to you, unfortunately.
Can I take this with us?
Yeah, you roll up the scroll, again slightly charred, but it's still able to be read, and you kind of furl it back up, wrapping it, and put it in one of your, you like tie it up and put it in one of your pouches. Well then.
Just making note that I have that. So I'd fold it up and just let everybody know.
They were sent here looking for me. If I were to pass through this area, I don't think we had a choice here. We really need to go.
Yeah, they know where we were.
Well, at least, well, who knows how long they've been here, though, waiting. They knew we might come back here. I don't know if they're, like, tracking us necessarily.
Elysia looks around and says, Your ship, do you believe will be safe once we're on board?
Yeah, once we're on the ship, nothing can... It's a whole thing. It's kind of its own space of reality. So no, we should be okay once we're on the ship.
Oh, some type of pocket dimension.
Yeah.
I see.
One of them.
Well then, I'm sure you all need a rest. But I think we should have a conversation, should you find it willing, Enviti, about the importance of the tome you carry with you.
And we still need you to look at the... Mimir, is it?
Yes, I would like to take a look at that. These things that you brought to mind don't sound familiar. But you're saying that by viewing this item, this artifact, it may jog my memory somehow.
Possibly. I mean, we can hope so.
Well then, we don't have much further to go. Let's make way there. I do intend to return to the observatory at some point, but I would have you all escort me there. I also have items that I could confer to you should you find the need to purchase them.
Oh yeah, no, we'll have no problem taking you back.
But in the meantime, yes, let us go, she says. And you guys go ahead and gather up. Is there anything else you're going to do before heading towards your ship? Anything in particular?
I don't think so at this point.
Alright. Vapnak, who is Vapnak following?
Kemo.
Okay. And who is Cecil following?
Me.
Alright. So we'll throw him here. We'll throw you up there. You guys follow the rest of the trail. As you are passing by, at a distance, you actually see a couple of what look like city folk onlookers who, off a distance, were seeing some terrible things going on. As you pass by them, they look to you and look forward and say, what was happening up there? Is it safe?
You might want to go home for now. I think it's safe, but I cannot be 100% sure. So,
no, Jaydra Capital is our home. Was there an attack?
We were attacked by some sort of crew of I don't know, knights or something. I don't know what they tried to steal something from us, but we dispatched them. We didn't see any more, but be on the lookout.
Yeah, you'll be safe when I leave. So please go away to your home.
Very well.
You should be able to head. Yeah, you should be able to head to the city. Just keep alert.
He's like on a donkey, and the donkey is pulling a smaller cart, and he looks back at two others who are standing almost at a tree line, kind of watching with a bit of a worry on their face, and speaks a bit of Elvish their way that for them to pass, but to pass very carefully and slowly. And the cart is slowly pulled along. You guys keep making your way out to the landing area, this open stretch of open wooded area where Spelljammer ships can land and go to and fro at a decent distance away from the capital. And you guys step up to your ship, and crystal communicator in hand, everyone touching it, you guys warp back onto the ship.
There's no place like
Kemo to click his heels.
It'd be far, but yeah. There's no place like, oh god.
You do so with a flash of light. You all find yourselves back on the geodesic ship. As you all reach this area, you see ahead of you, sitting where Kui typically does, is the navigator, and he says,
navigator.
And with that, that is where we will end this session.
I hate mechanics. I get it, but
yeah, he's an alien man. All right,
dude.
That was a long session on combat. I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, yes.
You made me feel, dude.
We made it through it.
That was looking rough for a second. Woo! That was fun, though.
Or some
Never say die.
scary twists and turns there. I think there is a very, very clutch counterspell from Enviti at the beginning of all of that. That would have made things much worse had that actually happened. So that was a very good thing on Enviti's part.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody who stuck around to watch. I appreciate it. Let's see if we got any actual people who aren't bots here. Thank you, Looney Loomworks. I told Slim about your purchase of your prize, so we'll be working on that. Thank you, No to Hacker. That looks like a bot account. I'm just gonna welcome the bot anyway. Thank you. Thank you, T-Bird. Thank you, Windsock, Lurks, and Commander Root. I'm sure you guys are probably bots, some of you, but thank you anyway for boosting our viewer count. And thank you everybody who popped in earlier. If you missed any of this episode, you can check out all of our previous episodes for this entire season. Either here just on our Twitch page or over on our YouTube page. Just punch in God Mode, GAWD, or the Wyrd and Wyld title. I'm sure it'll pull up. And yes, if you're a subscriber, you can use these cool little gold characters. They exist for multiple different ones, and you can use them freely. If not, you can still use your points. They're just pretty expensive, but they add a little bit of eliteness to your stream avatar cred if you think that's something that happens. So thanks for stopping by. We will be back next week. It was a little in and out for some people. Bay, unfortunately, was pretty sick and had a thing that she had to do right at 12. And then Luke, unfortunately, last minute couldn't make it. But next session, I'm pretty sure everybody will be here for that one, right?
As far as we know.
All right.
Yeah.
So lots of combat in that one, but moving forward, now that you guys are back on the ship, there may be some more deep RP happening. So look forward to that. Thank you, everybody. We're rolling up on the holiday time. I hope you guys have your presents bought and everything taken care of for the family, and I hope you have a great time. And we'll probably be taking some time off towards the end of this month for some of that stuff. We'll see, depending on people's schedules. At least probably the week of Christmas, for sure. And then we'll see about New Year's and all that stuff. So in the meantime, have fun, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Check us out. Follow us here on the channel. You get all kinds of cool points to buy your little avatars or interact with the stream by buying people. We had T-Bird last session, or the session before that, one of those two, just buy a shitload of Wyrd bit points for everybody. That was really cool. You can buy inspiration for everyone, or me, the DM. All kinds of cool stuff. You can name an NPC, just fun stuff. So check that out either below on our Twitch page in those panels, or what we're going to be eventually moving to is the Twitch channel points at the bottom right or bottom left of the chat. So check that out too. Yeah, in the meantime, we're going to go because it's pretty late. Thank you for sticking around, everybody. We'll see you next week. Oh, yes. Let's actually do that. Instead of just logging off, let's go raid the League of Explorers.
Yes.
Do I just type in League of Explorers?
Yeah, I don't know how to do these things.
Let's test that out. Okay, we're going there in 6 seconds. Goodbye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye. See you next time.
Woohoo!
Okay, we're
All
done.
right.